Hi everybody, it's Cindy here with Stampin' Chick Creations. Welcome to Thursday's edition of my free card class. So tonight we're doing techniques. And I just realized I completely forgot to get half the supplies that I needed. So this should be super duper fun. So as you're hopping on, say hello. I'm actually just going to grab I'm just going to see if I can grab some of my supplies that I need, because I got so into doing videos and prepping for my workshops coming up that I completely forgot that I needed some supplies to actually create our projects tonight. So as you hop on, say hello. I am just going to grab I'm just going to go grab a bowl, so hop on, say hello, and let me know where you're watching me from. Well, that was awfully silly of me, wasn't it? Too many things on the go today, my friends. Too many things. Okay. So, you guys are in for a real treat tonight because I have no idea what we're doing. How fun is that? Okay, so as you're hopping on, say hello. I try to get the notifications out early for Thursdays because I find that by Thursday people forget that I even exist. Sad, I know. So we're going to work with vellum tonight is what we're going to do. We just brought out vellum starting the beginning of November. We brought it back. It was one of my favorite products that we used to carry, and then we discontinued it. And now I'm excited that it's back, and it's back in 12 by 12 form. So I'm losing my voice. How's your week going, everybody? I hope you're having a really great week. I hope you're excited to be here. And yeah. Okay, so as you're hopping on, a couple things I want to mention because I see people are just hopping on. Hello, Lois from Muskoka. Is it like snowing up there yet? Because I hear we're getting snow this weekend. And I'm in southwestern Ontario, and I'm not liking this at all. So I'm curious what the weather's like up your way. Couple things as people are hopping on to say hello. Brushed with Beauty class is due November 8th if you are interested in participating in that. And I'm just going to show you again what that suite looks like, okay? Because I did showcase it in my unboxing, and I think you guys all forgot. So you will get this package of gems. Okay, so it's got 3 stunning colors in it. This, you're not going to get this embossing folder, but this is part of the suite. Hi, Kim. Not yet, but on Sunday. That's what they're telling us too, Lois, is on Sunday. Sunday into Monday. I'm going to be using these Words of Beauty. This is the stamp set. So this is our new packaging. Remember I talked about our new packaging? This is a new packaging. I love this because look at this. Look how thin that is. I can put so many more things in my cupboard. So I'm going to be using that one. These are the dies that coordinate with. And then this is the stamp set and the dies that coordinate with this suite. So that's what I'm going to be doing the class around. You're also going to get half a roll of, open weave ribbon. Let me see if I can find it. This. You're going to get half a roll of open weave ribbon, which I know is hard to see, but it's stunning. Trust me, it's amazing. I love it. And you're going to get half a package of this paper. Hi, Sheila. You're so funny. Thanks, Kim. So half a package of this paper. So this just came out, right? So this is why you don't want to miss this class. You want to be one of the first ones to get your hands on this. This is an online exclusive, guys. So that means you will not see this in print anywhere in a catalog. This is only online. So you're going to get half a package of this, and you're going to get 8 cards. Hi, Pamela. 8 cards with this class. Look at this paper. Oh! And if you've participated in my class before, any of my classes before, you know my cards are not just simple cards. They're usually fancy fold, fun fold cards. Okay? So that is coming up. Registration is closing November 8th. So that's only 2 days away because I need to order, I need to cut, I need to package, I need to mail or courier, whatever I need to do to get that one ready. Okay? And then I am also doing Traditions of Christmas, which you guys know, hello Elaine, is my favorite paper ever, right? So that would be this paper, right? You know this paper? You remember this paper? I showcase it all the time. This whole suite is the other class that I'm doing November 19th. It is free. This class is free when you place a $40 order with me. Okay. And I can't remember if I said 6 to 8 cards for that one as well. Okay. And then those of you that are local to me, I'm doing my blowout sale November 23rd. And it's only for 2 hours. And I'm going hog wild crazy with my prices this time. And then I'm doing an in-person craft kit day November 16th, which means if you found me. All of my in-stock kits are $25, which is an amazing deal because a lot of these kits were way more than $25 when I purchased them. But I have so many, I need to clear them out. So any in-stock kits are $25. Okay. So that will happen November 16th here at the studio. Maybe we'll have some like little nibblies and, you know, have some Christmas music going or what have you. Maybe not. We don't need Christmas music yet, I guess. Let's not rush the season. Anyway, that's not why you're here, right? That's not why you're here. Okay. How many of you have used vellum cardstock or vellum paper in the past? I'm curious. Give me a yes or a no if you have used this in the past. If you've been with me for a while, you know, I know you have because we actually did a whole class around vellum. And what was the other thing? Transparent, the window sheets. We did a class with vellum window sheets, and there was a third thing. I can't think of what it was now. But anyway, Sheila says yes. Yes. Okay. So some of this is not going to be new to you. It's more of a refresher. But I want you to see this 12 by 12 vellum that is now out. It is specialty, not me. Love vellum. Okay, awesome. Vellum is awesome. I love this. Now, I'm curious to see, I've not even opened this pack yet. I'm curious to see if this is any different than what we have used in the past or what we've had in the past. So let's take a peekaboo at it. And we're going to revisit some of our techniques from before. Vellum is such a powerful, powerful product. Oh. Oh. Ew. It's like thick. It's like thick. You're like, what do you mean? Look how you guys can't tell. You can't tell. This is super, super thick. It's almost cardstock material, which is awesome sauce, right? Okay, so 12 by 12. This is new for us. In the past, we had 8.5 by 11. We had vellum paper, and we had vellum cardstock. Now, vellum paper was very, very thin, almost a little bit heavier than tissue paper, but not by much. And then the cardstock was thick, but I don't actually believe it was this thick, to be quite honest. Okay, so I thought one of the first things we could do is just do something basic and fun, like how about if we were to emboss it with our wreath embossing folder, and maybe just show you like just the fun things we can do, just plain old embossing. Okay, we're gonna do some heat embossing tonight. We're gonna work with our alcohol blends, that kind of thing. Okay, so if there is something that I am not doing that you think, oh, Cindy, you should try this technique, spew it out. Okay, so I'm just going to cut this to a standard card front size, so 4 by 5 1/4. I cannot get over how thick this is. I love this. Love it. Okay, you also, while I'm cutting this, need to advise and suggest on what card base color I'm going to use. Now, in the past, what I would have done is I would have just embossed this. Okay? Just plain old embossed it like as if it was like actual cardstock. But I have seen people say that if you put a white piece behind it with our 3D embossing folders, so something similar to this is just a scrap piece I have, but if I put that behind, it stops it from cracking. So sometimes with 3D embossing folders, what happens is that because it's so I don't want to say detailed, but so defined, maybe is a good word, it actually cracks your vellum. Okay, so I'm going to try this without using the white because that's traditionally what I have done. Okay, so as I'm embossing this, I want you to pick a card base color that I'm going to use to finish my card. Okay, and I need some ideas. I have an idea on what I want to do with this card, but oops, how about I try to do this straight? Because this is actually what I was trying to do. I actually didn't even realize that light pink. Oh, ooh, I like it. Hi, Irene. Marlon's watching. It's very thick. It's very thick, guys. I can't. Oh, I wish you were here to touch it, because I don't think you can appreciate the thickness of this. So I'm going to try this. Okay. Let's try this without putting the white underneath. Pink, light pink. I love you guys. I love the way you think. Look. Can you see this? Ooh, friends, it is beautiful. I love it. Okay. So it does kind of give like this white coloring. Words are really hard. I'm not sure why. And I think it's just because of the pressure, right, of how it is made. So I'm seeing a lot of you guys saying white or pink, like a light pink. I love that. So I have, let's see what I have here. I have, I have Bubble Bath, or I have Pretty in Pink. So which one would you rather, Bubble Bath or Pretty in Pink? That's a pretty bright Pretty in Pink, though. Hang on. I'm not sure this is Pretty in Pink. Stand by. Maybe it is Pretty in Pink. Okay. So it's the same color. Isn't that interesting? Is that the same color? Oh, I guess it is. Okay. My eyes are playing tricks on me. Okay. Pretty in Pink. Lois is saying Pretty in Pink. Do we want this to be our card base? Sorry, I know my lighting is a little bit messed up. I really need to work on that. Right? I need to work on that. So Pretty in Pink. So I want this to be my card base. Do I like this? Do I need another color? Strawberry Slush. Oh, I don't have any strawberry. Oh, I do have Strawberry Slush. I have Strawberry Slush. I was like, I don't have Strawberry Slush. I do have lots of Strawberry Slush. Do I need a color to coordinate with? So I have my Pretty in Pink. Do I need a gray? Do I need a white? Do I need a black? Do I need a green, a yellow? Keeping in mind, I kind of was thinking this would be a holiday card, but we could make it whatever because it's a wreath. So it can be anything, right? It does not have to be. So if we want this to be our card base, I'm happy to do that. I just need some guidance. Green. Green. Okay. Here's my next question for you, Joanne, honey. I need to know what shade of green. Do I want an old olive? Do I want a shaded spruce? Do I want a pretty peacock? Do I want a garden green? Do I want, what's that new color? Shy shamrock. You guys decide. I'm going to cut my pretty and pink piece. Old olive. I love the way you guys all think the same. It just makes my heart full. My friends are saying old olive. Pretty peacock. Ooh. Okay, pull a few colors to show us. Oh, you got it. Let me move my chair. Let's go old olive. Let's go pretty peacock. Let's go garden green. I need to get more mossy meadow, but I'll show you mossy meadow too. Okay, here we go. Here is my pink. Oh, can you guys see this? This is pretty in pink. That's old olive, pretty peacock, garden green, and mossy meadow. I feel like I need to I'm trying to shine the light away so you kind of get a true color combination. I'm gonna bring that in nice and close. Any thoughts? These are really good. I would not have thought to put these colors together. Now, if I wanted to, really, if I really, really wanted to, if I really, really wanted to, I don't know where I put it much. That is really cool color coach thing, and I have no idea where I put it. If only I knew where my color coach was. Someplace super safe. Try one color at a time. Okay. Pam's saying old olive, garden green. Try one color at a time, garden green. Okay. So here is, this is old olive. Okay. Garden green or pretty peacock. Okay, so that's old olive. Let's do pretty peacock because I really like this color combination. Oh, this one's really pretty. Oh my gosh. Okay. I'm partial to pretty peacock though, I gotta tell you. That's pretty peacock. This one might be my favorite. Okay. This one's garden green. I don't love garden green. In this case, actually, it doesn't look too bad, but... No old olive. Okay. I speak Sheila. Took me a second to figure out what you were saying, Sheila, but I got it. No old olive. Okay. You guys are so delayed from where I am. It's like... it's hard. It's hard. And then that's mossy meadow. I like the mossy meadow, and I like the pretty peacock. Pretty peacock. Judy says pretty peacock. pretty peacock too. This one's really stunning. This is like your non-traditional color combination. Sanders is pretty peacock. I do like that. It's really stunning. It's really stunning. Anybody else want to vote before I start cutting my cardstock? Pretty peacock. Okay. Pretty peacock it is, my friends. You have convinced me. So while I'm doing this, another question, because you guys are very delayed to where I am. Would you like this to be a portrait card or a landscaped card? Okay, I'm going to bring this back in because I can't see. Oh, this is stunning. You guys have fantastic taste. Oh, Freds, you've got it. This is so stunning. So stunning. So stunning. With a capital S on so. It might even be capital S-O. It's so stunning. So I cut this a little bit more narrow than I normally would. Landscaped, portrait, landscape. So here is the thing with vellum. Vellum, you cannot use, well, okay, you can. Should pick my words wisely. You should, it's best practice to not use liquid glue because you will see through this, okay? And I know there's vellum glue out there. I personally have never had much luck with it. Maybe you have. Maybe it's kind of tried. I like to use glue dots. Well, I'm thinking we're going to do something here in the middle, like a sentiment is what I'm thinking. And then maybe add some gems for the hollies is what I'm thinking. Okay. Hi, Margaret. So what I like to do is I like to use my glue dots, and I like to place them either, so in this case, you might see them. So in this case, I like to place them just in the corners, one in each corner, and then in the middle, if I'm going to be putting a sentiment, it's going to get covered up, then that's fine, right? So you have to be very aware of where you're putting your glue because you will see it, okay? I find glue dots personally are the least obvious over like a tape or liquid glue or anything like that, okay? So I'm going to do one, I'll probably do two in the middle, actually, because I'm going to cover this up with a sentiment of some sorts. I don't know which one yet. Okay. You guys are still with me? Okay. Putting this down very carefully. So see how you can see those? A lot of times what I'll do is just kind of push it down a little bit. Now, what I could have actually done instead is I could have just not put anything in the corners. And I could have just put it here, and then these would just kind of flounder about, right? So what I'm thinking is what I'm visualizing is something like this. right? In white, and then we could pick one of these two colors, probably the Pretty Peacock, because the Pretty Pink is going to be pretty light, and to put in the middle, and then we could use some gems to put some holly out. Thoughts? Opinions? Options? Do we like it? Do we not like it? I could do this one sending love and joy instead of season's greetings. Does anybody have any thoughts? Does anybody not like this? It's always funny to me how far behind the commenting is compared to my questions. Makes it a little challenging because sometimes when you respond, then I don't know what question you're responding to. Looks good that way. Okay, so this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to stamp, and then I'm going to emboss the sentiment with silver. I can do that. I 100%. I have my embossing powder out anyway, because we're going to do some embossing. Okay, so you guys have seen heat embossing a million times, I am sure. So this is our new embossing kit. I finally broke down and bought one because mine was from 1842 and it was time. So this is my embossing buddy. My embossing buddy is just going to take any static off my paper. Yes, you can use a used dryer sheet if you don't want to purchase an embossing buddy, but it's well worth the money. I'm going to do this one as sending love and joy, if everybody's okay with that, as opposed to a season's greetings. Okay, perfect. Sheila agrees with me. Okay, sending love and joy. So I'm going to place that on my block. I'm going to grab my Versamark. So you need to have Versamark to do embossing. We all know this. This is not new information, I hope. If it is, fantastic. Okay, this is my vellum. It's not my vellum. This is my, what is this stuff called? Versamark. Oh my gosh. Okay. You're not going to see anything. It's a watermarking ink, essentially, is what it is. It's a watermark stamp pad is what it's called. So we said silver. Are we all in agreement that silver is the color we need? Oh, look, I haven't even opened these ones yet. I realized that there was 2 sets of embossing, and I did not get the other one originally. So, okay, so let's take my tools out. I'm going to place this into my tray, because we all need a tray. There's a fly in here, and it's like tapping on the light, and it's driving me a little bit bonkers, if I have to be honest. Okay. Okay, so I'm tapping that off. I like to flick it just to get, oh boy, just to get any other little residue off. I may have to redo this. I think I waited too long. Okay, let me just, hang on. I think I waited too long to actually put my embossing powder on. Or maybe my Versamark is actually starting to dry out. Oh, I need my embossing buddy first. You guys weren't in a hurry tonight, were you? No? Okay, good. The other one I want to do is with alcohol inks. Oh my gosh, I can't even get my bag open here. Okay. Embossing buddy. Hi, embossing buddy. Thanks for coming. Put that in there. Come on. Okay, let's try this again. I'll work a little bit quicker this time. It could actually be my Versamark too, because it might need to be. The temperature in this room is really wonky. And so sometimes things dry out and yeah, it's a wee bit annoying. Hope it's not the embossing powder. That would be a little bit embarrassing. I haven't had it that long. My fingers don't work either. Okay, there we go. That's better. I think I just waited too long to put the embossing powder on it. Okay. Okay, I'm going to move this way far away from me. I'm going to grab my tweezers. I'm going to grab my heat gun. It's going to get noisy. I'm right-handed, so I need to do this the right way. So it will go from a powder to a liquid. And once it starts, it goes relatively quickly. There it goes. And you don't ever want to overheat to the point it melts. Okay? So once you do this, it dries like right away. Okay, so I'm just going to take this over to my die cutting machine. I'm going to cut that out. And I just realized, oh boy, my paper is not big enough. So I'm going to lose part of my flag. Not the end of the world, friends. It's not the end of the world. Okay, and if I hadn't told you, you wouldn't have even noticed. So, sending love and joy. Do we need to pop this up? Well, you knew I was going to say yes. I didn't even give you a choice to answer that one. That wasn't fair. Okay. Gems. Where's my take? Oh, you know what? I'll use my take your pick tool. Can you hear the fly? Can you guys hear the fly? It's really driving me bonkers. I know I'm only supposed to do 3 or 5, so I'm going to do one more. Okay. See how simple that card is? Okay. Now. How many of you have used vellum with your blends? Oh, I need to put this away. So vellum, or Versamark is very sticky normally under normal circumstances. Isn't it pretty? It's simple. It's elegant. I love it. And guess what? I didn't design the card. You did. So give yourselves a pat on the back, because I think you guys did a fantastic job. Okay, let me just, whoops. I'm trying to put this back in, and I'm trying to do it quickly. And I'm making more of a mess than I should be. Okay, this fly, he's got to go. Sorry, I should not be taking this long to clean this out, but I am. Do you know why? Because I can. Oh, I just got that all over my pants. That's fantastic. All right. Little pink bow. Do I have pink? Haha. Here's the tricky thing. Do I have a pink ribbon? I may not have a pink ribbon. One would think I have a million things in this house. One might think I... Oh, look. No, that's yellow. Ah, just kidding. I do not have pink. I do not have pink. So I cannot do a pink bow. Okay. You did sign that card. Congratulations on a job well done, friends. Okay, I'm going to put this back in here for a second. Oops, there goes all my stuff. Okay. So, some of you, my friends, have done this before. Some of you have not. So this is where it's going to be extremely fun. I have to remember how to do this because it's been a while since I've done it too. So, all right, vellum. I need you to give me 3 colors. Okay? Give me 3 blend colors. So, we don't have to do these as holiday cards if you don't want them to be. I'm going to pour some of my 99% alcohol into a little bowl. Maybe, if I can get into it. There we go. Okay. And I'm not going to use a lot, because I can always add more. Okay, 3 colors. Un, deux, trois. That's as far as my French goes, so don't try to talk to me in French, because I can't speak French. I'm just waiting for 3 colors. They can be whatever you want them to be. If you want them to be holiday colors, we can make them holiday colors. If you don't want them to be holiday colors, they don't have to be. Okay? I just need them in a blend, because I have to use blends for this. I cannot use our Stamp and Write markers. We're going to go complete rogue here. Have I lost you guys? I see no comments whatsoever. There we go. Okay, Night of Navy, Boho Blue, and... You are really challenging me tonight, friends. What color is this? That's Misty Moonlight. Night of Navy might be this one. Okay, Night of Navy. I don't even think I have Boho Blue. Do I have Boho Blue? I don't have Boho Blue. Why do I not have Boho Blue? I have every other ding-dong color. Red, green, and blue. Timid Tiger. Okay. Okay, hang on. Hang on, friends. Hang on. I don't have Boho Blue. Okay, let's do this. What color is this? Oh, man. I'm going to do Cherry Cobbler. Let's do Old Olive. I need cherry cobbler, old olive. What's another color that's really great with these two? A light blue. I think I'll use a yellow. Not sure I like that color combination, but we can do it again. Okay? Okay. So I am going to take my paintbrush end of my blend. I should have probably put scrap paper under this, but ooh, that's great. The other thing you should know is that blends or vellum doesn't absorb the same as regular cardstock. So what the heck does that mean? It means that regular cardstock, when you stamp on it, it will absorb in and won't end up on your fingers. That will not happen with vellum because it doesn't have anything to absorb into. It's not an absorbent paper. Okay, so keep that in mind. Okay. I think this is how I've done this in the past. It's been so long, I don't remember now. Okay, so I'm going to take my, this is an old aqua painter, is basically what it is. I'm going to put it into my, what is this stuff called? Alcohol. And I think I do one color at a time. But I have to... Does anybody else remember doing this? Before I switch colors. So the really important thing about this is that when you do this, you don't want your colors to really touch. Okay. I am noticing that my alcohol is kind of changing color though, and I don't know why. So I'm using my blending brush or my aqua painter to kind of move stuff around. Now I'm using a lot of rubbing alcohol here, and that's okay because I kind of want to move my colors around. Okay, so when you do this, it does curl. It does kind of run. You want to do this someplace where you have, you want something under it, okay? Because see how it's pooling? Now, what I could do is I can take a paper towel or Kleenex or tissue and kind of dab off the excess, right? Now, if I take, I'm just going to move that for a second so I get it all over me. If I move this here, and if I take my heat gun, it will actually move my ink around as well. Okay. So you want to make sure this is very dry. A wet spot there, but and then if I wanted to, I could actually come in here and add some more red. Okay, so the rubbing alcohol will kind of move around. You guys stay with me. You guys are awfully quiet. Okay. So depending on your color combination, you're going to get a whole different look. Now, we're fascinated. Hi, Colleen. I could use this as my background. I could die cut this out of something, what have you, right? So if I really wanted to add like drops, actually it's not gonna work tonight. So can you see? You probably can't see on camera. But just from tapping, I'm adding drops. Okay. We're fascinated. I love that. So I know a lot of you guys have seen this before. So it's not new, but it's one of the super duper duper cool ways of using vellum. Have you tried using a spritzer to spritz on some alcohol? I have not, but I would imagine that would do the exact same thing. It probably would give it like just a different way of moving it around, right? So do you want me to use this as a background? Can you see the dots? I know it's really hard to see. I wish you guys were all here with me in person, right? Because then you could see the oohs and the ahs, right? Do I want to use it's soft and pretty? It is. It's amazing because if I pick a whole different color combination, which I might actually just do this for a second because this has red in it. I'm going to do one with Pretty Peacock. Son of a gun. Let's do one with Pretty Peacock and let's do Melon Mambo. And yellow, maybe? It's a little finer. Yes. This is new to me. Yes, Kim, this would be new to you. But see, it's so cool. This is one of those things that you're like, oh my gosh, I had no idea what to do with this vellum. And now, when you see it, the possibilities are endless. So I'm going to tell you, I actually am happier that our vellum is in 12 by 12, because when it was 8.5 by 11, I felt like I wasted a lot of it. With it being 12 by 12, I'm finding I feel like I won't waste as much. Okay, so I'm going to do, oh, that's a really bad pretty peacock. I don't know what happened to my pretty peacock. My phone is going cuckoo with messages. So this is Melon Mambo. So when you go to put this on, just make sure that you don't blend your colors when you're coloring them in, right? It's going to be kind of important. Because you want to make sure that it doesn't go all like caca on you. So see how I'm leaving some white space here? Okay, let me just put just a smidge. So you can get rubbing alcohol anywhere. You don't have to spend a lot of money on it. It has to be the 99%. If it's not 99%, it will not work. Sorry, I've just got rubbing alcohol everywhere. Just me and my hot little mess going on here. So if I just tap with my, what is this thing? Aqua Painter. So depending on how you apply your alcohol will also depend on the final look, right? So Sheila's right. If you were to spritz this, it would just give it a much finer mist. But see, I can use my Aqua Painter to kind of like move stuff around, right? But I'm just tapping it just to spread the alcohol around. So do we want to finish this card? Does anybody have any ideas on either one of these? It doesn't have to be this one. We can do the other one. If you have any ideas. So when I take the heat gun to this, it should spread it some more. So I'm just kind of almost like thumping it, if that makes sense. Tapping it. Maybe tapping's a better word to use. And you can let this dry naturally. You don't need to heat dry it. It's just the heat drying will actually just be a little bit quicker, that's all. And I know right now you're probably looking at it going, that is awful. How does she actually think that looks good? I promise you, it does look amazing as a background. Okay, I'm going to heat dry this. Okay, so it's not 100% dry. I need to grab my baby wipe. Hang on 1 second. Hang on 1 second. Baby wipe. Coming in. So it's not 100% dry. But look at how stunning this is. I just got some neon alcohol inks. Ooh, that's fun. You cannot mess this up, Colleen. You cannot, because each and every one is going to be so darn unique, right? So I can die cut this. I can leave it like this as a background. I could like cut it in strips. There's so many things I can do with this, right? Okay, so what else? Do we want to finish this? So look what happens when you put a white behind it. It pops. Pops. Okay? So really, I could just put a sentiment in the middle. Bob's your uncle. Okay? I could just... where's my other one I just did? The first one I did. Oh, it's right here. So, right? So if I take this one and throw Happy Christmas on it, right? It's just so bright and cheery, right? It's incredible. It's absolutely incredible. So do I want to add some bladders? Do I want to add some bladders? No. Do I want to add some splatters to this one? I feel like it needs it. Like, it almost looks like raindrops. So I'm just putting my finger into the alcohol and I'm tapping it as if it was like a cigarette. And again, you can put as little or as much as you want. Okay. Use one for a background. Okay, do you care which one? Do you want the red and green one? Do you want this pink and peacock and yellow one? So that's it without a white. This is with it, with a white. So the white really just makes it pop. Cherry cobbler and old olive Christmas background. Yes, I love it. Okay, so here's a piece of cherry cobbler. Here's a piece of old olive. Okay, let's do this one super quick. I wanted to do a stained glass one with you too, but that one might have to wait for another day. Has anybody not done stained glass? Again, if you've been with me for a while, you know, I know you know. Oh, you know. Because we've done stained glass in technique class, right? Okay, so there's that. Now, I'm going to cut my white just 4 by 5 1/4, just because I'm going to make it this, I'm gonna, my grammar, oh my Lord. Somebody give me strength. I'm going to make it the same size as my, this piece here. Okay. So remembering what I said about glue dots. So what I probably will do is do this instead. A little bit easier to see than doing it on the vellum. So I hope that this, if nothing else, this just, okay, this is being difficult. I hope, if nothing else, this encourages you to pull out your vellum. I know if you have it, you have it. Pull it out. Again, if you're doing it with the vellum paper, very thin. Very thin. But the vellum cardstock is awesome. I hope that they keep this vellum cardstock around for a while, honestly, because so many techniques we could do with this. It's just amazing. Like I said, I did a whole class on vellum and window sheets. I wish I could think of what the third one was. Vellum, window sheets, and something else. Now, could I have put more glue dots on that? Probably. It's a little bumpy, but it's okay. Okay. If we have time, it's 8:30. Okay. If I hustle, we can do one. Okay. But I have to hustle. I've got to get my derriere in high gear. So you see how what I'm doing is I'm just really kind of helping my paper to flatten again. So see how I only have like 1/8 of an inch border? What else is this one? I'm going to keep this one super simple. Okay. I'm just going to do this. Maybe with some of these. I just don't want to get into a lot of die cutting and all these things right now, because we want to do a stained glass still. Okay. Right. So let's see if this will work here. Yes, this will. Okay, so we put this one here, in there. I'm just going to grab some old olive. Here we go. Oh, that's not the one I wanted. Does anybody else find the time change is just like knocking you to the ground? Years past, it never seemed to bother me. This year, I'm noticing a huge difference. Bayfield, Ontario. No storm potential this weekend. That's just awesome. I hate snow. I don't know if anybody has ever picked that up from speaking to me, but I really don't like snow. Actually, I like snow if I don't have to drive in it. And nowadays, I feel like there's more stupid drivers on the road than there is not stupid drivers. Okay. So we do this one as a Merry Christmas. I know some of you don't agree with that, but I'm going to do it anyway. I actually thought I did that wrong for a second. Where's my... Right here. 1, 2, 3. Okay, these cards are not about the fancy. These cards are about the technique. And we're going to put this one here. Put this one here. And then if I come over here, you know. There. I think that should have gone the other way, but anyway, it doesn't matter. You guys understand. I know, time change, honestly, this year, it's knocked me to my tushy. Like, a couple nights this week, I have been in bed at 9 o'clock, which is so out of character for me. I'm usually up till about 10 or 11. No, 9 o'clock, I'm like, and I'm fighting to stay up till 9. I'm like, I need to go to bed. And my family's like, you're going to bed? I'm like, I am going to bed. Exhausted, going to bed. Okay. Like it? Okay. Now, last one. I'm going to do this super quick, though, okay? Because I don't want to keep you guys too long. Stained glass. Four by 5 1/4. Just a oops, standard card front. There goes that piece. All right. Now, I do need my embossing powder again. And my embossing stuff. So, stained glass is a super fun technique. It usually works pretty good with vellum paper. I'm not sure how this will turn out with vellum cardstock. We'll try it and see. Okay? So you see how simple that technique is? Simple, simple, simple. Okay, I need my vellum or my thing. Okay, so I am going to, for simplicity's sake, I'm going to use this stamp right here. Okay. And I'm going to stamp this in Versamark, but I'm going to emboss it in white. Okay. Did you guys like that card? Now, this technique, guys, oh, That's a little leaf. Should really be done using our Stampin' Blends, or sorry, Stampin' Markers. I don't know that it will work with our blends. I think it does not. I could be wrong. Somebody can try and let me know. I'd be happy to find out if I'm right or wrong. Okay, I'm going to do this super, super duper quick. Those of you that have been with me for a while have seen this. I see a lot of you guys are dropping off because you're like, oh, I've done that a million times. That's fine. That's okay. You haven't seen it done this way. With this stamp set. Okay, I'm just going to do this straight in the center. So again, if I was doing this as an actual card or for a class, a couple things I would do differently. I probably would do this and then pop it up. Okay, so there's that. You do this in white. Is that the white? Yeah, okay. Now, you can do this in white, you can do it in black. I'm doing mine in white, but it's not a right and a wrong to this, just so you know. Okay. So pretty. I love it. Yes. Okay, now we need to heat it. So I'm going to take my tweezers. Okay, so heat and embossed as per normal. Okay, now this is the very important part. Okay, we need to flip this over. Okay, you have to flip this over. Don't flip it over, it ain't gonna work. Okay, I'm going to use Pool Party, and I'm going to color the bow. Yes, I am coloring on the wrong side. That is the point. Okay. So remember I said you have to use our Stampin' Markers. Now I know that these are discontinued. It's okay. Don't panic. Everything will be fine. I'm sure everybody has Stampin' Right markers or something similar. They cannot be alcohol because the problem is the alcohol will bleed through, I think, if I remember correctly. Somebody can correct me if I am wrong on that. I would be happy to be corrected. Okay. So I'm just coloring where the greenery is. Now, my flowers, because I want this to really pop, I'm going to do them in real red. Of course, I picked the real red. That's terrible. Maybe I should have done cherry cobbler. Maybe I will change my mind. Yes, cherry cobbler is much better. So it looks really weird from behind. I know that. And it's hard sometimes, depending on what the stamp is that you're using, to tell what you're coloring. So sometimes you have to flip it over to tell. Okay. Okay. Yes, with me. My faithful friends who love me so. Okay. So I'm going to cut this piece the exact same size as my vellum. Okay. I'm going to show you this. Ooh, it's so pretty. Isn't it pretty? Yeah, it's really pretty. But look what happens when you put it on to a piece of white. It pops the color through. Okay. If I just put this down like this, so here, let me just take this piece of old olive just for the sake of explanation. See how you can't really see this? Okay. Now look. See the difference? Can't really see it. Peekaboo, I can see it. Okay, so this is important. Again, I probably would die cut this out of a shape and then pop it up onto my card. Like an oval or something. But for tonight, for this purpose, I'm gonna just do it this way. So because I have to be aware of where I'm putting my glue on this one, I'm going to put it mostly on, oh my gosh, on my flowers. I don't know why that one's not sticking. Okay, let's try this again. I wonder if these glue dots are old, because they're really causing me a lot of heartache tonight. Yeah, these ones aren't going to stick. Oh, okay, and you want to be careful, because see what's happening? I'm messing around, and it's actually, it is, moving my ink. So sometimes if you take an eraser, it will remove that. Okay. I think these glue dots need to go to the garbage. I think they need to go to glue dot heaven. So you do have to be very cautious with vellum, because again, it does not absorb, the colors don't absorb in like they would normally on regular cardstock, okay? And I think that's a part that really kind of surprises people. And then they end up with a messy card because they're like, oh, I didn't know that this was going to run. And you're like, yeah, you have to be very, very, very cautious, okay? So I'm using more glue dots than I would ever normally use, but because this is the only thing that's holding my card, I have to. But you know, I don't know what's going on tonight. I think maybe it's, oh, maybe it's the ink. I can't get my glue dots to actually stay. Oh, that one did. Okay. Nope, that one's not. Isn't this interesting? I've never had this happen before, where my glue dots won't stay onto the vellum. Okay, that one did. That's interesting. I'm not sure what's, that's a new one for me. Huh, that one won't stay either. Okay, well normally what would happen, there, okay. Something wrong with my glue dots apparently. Normally this is not an issue to get your glue dots off. So I think there's something wrong with my glue dots. But anyway. Bottom line is you want to be very cautious as to where you're putting your glue. This is my... Okay, none of that stuck. So, I guess what we're going to do is this. I've never actually had that happen where something did not stay on my vellum. going to try this. I got nothing to lose at this point. I got more glue dots on me than I do anywhere else. Okay. All right. What'd you think of tonight? Oh, that's not my card. Need a card base for this one. Did you like that? It's very cool. It's very, very cool. It's one of my favorite things to do with vellum is like stained glass. It's one of those things that not a lot of people have seen, or they've seen it and not known that's what it was. So yeah, how many people have vellum? I'm curious. I guess I should have asked that question when there's more people on, because I'm always curious to know who has vellum, and like, do you use it? Do you know how to use it? I feel like a lot of people buy it because they're like, oh, that's so cool. And then they get it and they have no idea what to do with it. Does that sound familiar to anybody? I know I've done that. I've bought things and went, oh, that's so awesome. And then it shows up and I'm like, why did I buy that again? It's always good to have that reminder. Yes. All right. I'm going to clean out my thing. Okay. Right. I need to close up my embossing powder before I end up. Not me. Okay. So I hope you try these. Try one of them. Try all of them. Let me know how you make out. I'd love to see your finished projects using vellum, because it's always awesome for me to see how people have taken what I did and then like did their own take on it, or use something totally different, or what have you. Okay. All right. That's it, my friends. I know I kept you for a very long time, and my apologies for that. I hope you guys... Yes, I know. I love the snow and the snowflake. Yes, from last year. I know. I was kind of hoping for something like that back this year, to be quite honest, but not so much. We do have a new book coming out. So if you're local, don't forget about my blowout sale. Don't forget about the classes that I have coming up, because some of those actually, the registration closes in 2 days. So it's very, very important that you sign up for those right away, because I can't take late registrations because I need to get my stuff done. Okay. All right. Thank you, everybody. I hope that was a nice, relaxing night for you. And I hope you will join me on Monday for, I don't know. We'll see. Fun fold or something. I don't know. We'll see what happens. I have no idea what we're going to do. It's always a big surprise, let's be honest. But yeah, be sure to join me, and we'll see you then. Bye.